Hello everyone. I hope this video helps you in understanding how to sketch an isometric internal thread. So let us start right away. For creating any thread you need 4 lines. This is an important step. On the first step, draw 4 lines of random length. Just 4 lines. After this, I'm gonna change the thickness of these lines. The reason is, once you draw your thread lines and your sketch lines should be of 2 different thicknesses. So these being my sketch lines, I'm gonna change their thickness to 0.13. So my sketch lines in this sketching will be 0.13 and my thread lines will be of 0.5 mm. Now once we have drawn the 4 lines, I need to give the dimensions between these 2 lines. So what would be the dimensions? For an isometric internal thread, please note, for an isometric internal thread, the distance between these 2 lines is pitch divided by 8. So I'll draw a isometric thread of pitch 50 mm now. So dimensions between these 2 lines should be 50 divided by 8. Okay. Then similarly I'm gonna give these lines, and the distance between these 2 lines is pitch divided by 4. Please note, this is pitch divided by 4. This is 12.5 mm. Finally I'm gonna give the bottommost and the topmost line distance between them. So this should be pitch multiplied by 0.866. I repeat, pitch multiplied by 0.866. My pitch here is 50 now, so I'm gonna multiply 50 with 0.866. Should be 43 mm. Okay. Now I'm gonna move this sketch to middle of the page, just for my easy sketching part. So because it was being in the bottommost part, I'm just gonna move it to center of the page. Okay, now I'm gonna zoom in, zoom area. I'm gonna zoom in this area now. Okay. Now for drawing a thread outline, just draw triangles from the bottommost to topmost line, random triangles. So I will draw these many triangles. Please note, all the end points should be on the lines. So this is on the line, this is on the line. Okay, this point is also on the line, and okay, all the 4 points are on the line. Now for an isometric internal thread, the thread angle should be 60 degree. Sorry, I just used the wrong command. This should be the angle between the lines. Should be 60 degree. That is a constant for isometric internal thread. So 60 degree should be my dimensions. Okay. Now I'm gonna draw a axis line for this thread part. Okay. Axis line being my sketch line, I'm gonna change its thickness to 0.13. Initially I'll convert all these lines to 0.13 mm. Sorry, 0.13, and later I'll convert, after completing my entire sketch, I will convert them into a 0.5 mm. Only that is only the thread part which I need. Okay. Now once you give 60 degree and draw an axis line here, both the parts on either side of the axis is not equal. So make them symmetric. How to make them symmetric? You can use either symmetric option here. Select these 2 elements should be symmetric, or either you can use angle between these two part. So if this is 27 degree, should be 30 degree, right? Half of that. Okay, now it's done. Once you make it symmetric, and delete this because I do not need the half angle here. I'll delete this. Similarly, I'm gonna draw another axis line here. This should be of 0.13 mm thickness. Then angle between these two lines should be 60 degree, and I'm gonna check my dimension between these two lines, just checking it whether it is symmetric. Okay, it is symmetric. Now once you are done with the angle, let us decide the pitch. So what is a pitch? Pitch is the distance between two crests or two roots. Now I'm gonna give the distance between two crests. So distance between this and this mm, it is 50. Okay, done. Now once my pitch is decided, I'm gonna draw my arc part here. Now to draw that, select a line, zoom area. From the intersection point of these two lines, just draw a random line like this and give tangency, perpendicular to this line. This line should be exactly perpendicular to the line from which you have drawn this intersection line. So I'm gonna check this. This is 88 degree. So I'm gonna give it as 90 degree. Sorry, 90. Okay. Now once I've decided, I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna delete this because it just looks so crowded here. So there's nothing compulsory that you have to delete that dimension. So once you're done, trim this part. So you'll get an intersection point here. From that point, using arc by center point, draw an arc. I'm going to use this command again. Okay, this should be my continuous line and of 0.5 mm thickness and a continuous line. Okay, this is 0.5 mm because this is a line of my thread. Okay, this is not my sketch line, this is a line of thread. Now similarly, I'm gonna fit my page. I'm gonna draw one more line here, just because I'm just repeating this command again here. This should be my continuous line and of 0.13 mm thickness, and I'm gonna draw an length of 0.13 mm and a axis line, and distance between these two should be 60 degree. It's 55 converted to 60, and I'm gonna check the dimension between these two lines whether it is symmetric or not. Okay, these are symmetric. Again, I'm gonna draw a line from the point of intersection of these two lines here. I'm gonna trim this part. Before that, you need to give perpendicular between these two lines. So select perpendicular, select this line and this line. Done. These two lines are perpendicular. Or you can even check the angle using this command and decide the angle, or whether it's fine if it is 90 degree, or change the angle to 90 degree. Once you're done with that command, trim this part. You're gonna get an intersection point using arc by center point. I repeat, arc by center point is a command you should be using to draw an arc. Okay, till there. And this arc should be of 0.5 mm thickness, that being my thread line there should be of 0.5 mm thickness. So okay, I will zoom out now. I'll zoom out. Now what I'll do is, even this edge till here until here is my thread line, so this should be of 0.5 mm thickness as well. So if you select this line and give 0.5 mm thickness, the thickness extends till here. You can see the thickness in this part and this part also, but you need the thickness only in this part, that is between the minor diameter. So what I'll do is, I'll split my line, this line, at this point. Again I'm gonna use my command and split this line at the intersection point of these two lines. So I have three different lines here. Now select this line, change its thickness to 0.5 mm. This is how you do. You can see and how I'm gonna do it again. Use my split command, select the line which you have to split, and select the part from point to from which the selected line should be split. So I have three different lines here. I'm going to select this line, change it to 0.5 mm thickness. Similarly this one, I'm going to use split command, select the line which I want to split, and select the point where you want to split this line. Sorry, I'm going to use this command again. This is the line which I want to split. This is the part where I'm going to split this line. This is the line and this is the part. Done. I have one more line here. This is the line and this is the part, and again this is the line, this is the part. Done. I'm gonna select these two lines and change their thickness to 0.5 mm. Now again, a thread also contains a flat line here. Even again draw a flat line of 0.5 mm thickness from the intersection point, from here to here, and that line should be my continuous line. 0.5 mm and continuous line. Delete this line. Okay, now my thread part is ready. Before that, what I am gonna do is just give another line here of 0.13 mm from this line, this part to this part, and this being my continuous line, and give the distance between these two lines as 60 degree. Draw an axis line of 0.513. Okay, now check the symmetric part. You will know why I am drawing this extra part now before telling that. Okay, this is symmetric. Now As I'm gonna mirror this part to this side, I'm I'm gonna I'm gonna get, if I mirror with the initial conditions only with this part, I'm gonna get a mirror part against my thread starting from here. But I don't want that. I want this flat part. I don't want this flat part, right? So I'm gonna draw half of the flat part here, which I'm gonna do now. 0.5 mm thickness, that being my thread line. I'm gonna draw half of my flat part till intersection of these two lines, and I'm gonna delete this line. It is not required. Now I'm gonna mirror this part from here to here to the other side using this line as my mirroring line. Okay, select lines. I want this. Okay, I'll select everything. Instead of these 4 lines, I'm gonna mirror everything to the other part. Okay, even including the dimensions and this line. I'm gonna first select the lines before using this command. Select the lines. Before that, you can see the distance here is 32.22, which I don't want. I need dimension between this and this line, that is 50 mm. Now if I'm gonna select the lines which I have to mirror, Control A. This is the fastest way of selecting the lines which I want. I'm gonna mirror this part. After first select the parts which I have to mirror, then select the mirror option and select the axis line or the line about which you want the mirror image. I want the mirror image along this axis, so I'm gonna select this line. Okay, I'm gonna scroll towards my right. You can see here the exact same image I have obtained here. Now I am gonna complete my isometric internal thread by drawing curve. This is an important part in your sketching. Just random curve. Make sure that the curve is complete. Okay. Now once the curve is complete, you need to dash the parts. That is, please note, I have done a mistake here. The curve is not like this. The curve is from this end to this end, from the above. So I am going to draw the curve. The curve which I just draw and deleted was for isometric external thread. Now I am drawing isometric internal thread, so my curve should be like this. Okay, my curve is complete. Now once your curve is complete, you need to dash the lines. I'm gonna dash every part. Please note, I should not dash the thread part here. Should only dash the outer part. Along with that, I need to dash this triangle part here. Can you see them? This part, because that is not my thread part there. So I also need to dash them till here with the page. Now let us make a sketch more attractive. This is just an additional part which I am doing here now. Just gonna draw a line, extend to next. Okay, I'm gonna trim this part. Just making my move option. I'm gonna just delete all these parts. And that one, the intermediate part. I'm gonna zoom in. Delete the button. Okay. This part, and this part. And my sketch is a little bit attractive than before. Let's do it on the other side as well. I'm going to use my extend tool next. Oh, okay. Again, okay. I'm gonna trim these parts. Done? Yeah. And then I'm gonna drag this dimension outside. Okay, fine. So guys, I forgot to dash these parts here. I'm gonna do that now. Dash. So what is this dialog box is, I've clicked on the outside part which is not enclosed. So I'm gonna do that again. So this part is not enclosed now. I'm gonna, if I click this here, it will show an error dialog box. So whenever you're doing dash, the boundary region should be a closed curve. Okay, these I'm gonna add a little bit of text. Isometric internal thread. Pitch 50 mm. Sorry. Done. Okay, so this is how you create your isometric internal thread. I hope you learned something from this video, and I'm thanking you for watching this. Thanks a lot.